Hi, I'm Suneet Mittal, Director of Electrophysiology at the Valley Health System in Paramus, New Jersey. I'm coming to you today from HRX 2024 in Atlanta, and I'm joined by Bleron Baraliu, the CEO of 91 Life. Bleron, welcome.
Thank you.
So Bleron, you and 91 Life have been great supporters of HRX, certainly this year and in prior years. Just your initial impressions of the meeting this year.
Absolutely a great conference where on substance you get to talk to people about interesting things. In a larger conference like HRS, there's just a lot going on, so it's difficult. It's a bit more discombobulated, whereas here there's a great concentration of people that care about digital health and AI, and the conversations are meaningful and focused and quite serious. So very interesting.
Yeah, so obviously as a company, you're very focused on remote monitoring and data management. There's been a lot of evolution in this space since the first HRX. What do you see? Where are we at this point, and where do you see us going in the next couple of years?
I think the first task is very simple, and we're almost there. And that is, how do you handle the data deluge in a way that you bring precise and concise conclusions to the physicians, so they're not dealing with this vast amounts of data, which makes it very difficult to concentrate on the data that matters. So I think this first phase was about making the report simpler, stratifying data from relevant versus less relevant. I think the next phase now is, how do you use AI to both integrate this information but also to potentially provide more insights into predictability. So detecting disease early, or more likely detecting disease more precisely when it's difficult to see, and then presenting these potential conclusions to physicians so it's easier for them to adjudicate. So I think in the next couple of years we're going to see some meaningful applications of AI, as the first phase has been really just about technology and data and data cleanup. We are in that last 10% of AI, which is now we can start to apply different models, train them, and see sort of how do we develop meaningful conclusions and meaningful models.
And Bleron, I want to talk a little bit about yesterday we concluded day 2 of HRX with a really nice abstract session. Almost 30 abstracts were presented. 91 Life was a sponsor of the abstract session. Just wanted to get your thoughts about what you saw there. There were a lot of things related to wearables and other things. What caught your eye about the abstract session, and why was it important for you to sponsor that type of session?
Well, because I think innovation is bred through smaller teams and smaller projects, and these abstracts really presented, many of them presented ideas that a lot of that revolved around AI and data science and digital health. But I think what was very important is to see that even within, let's say, the larger organizations, there are smaller teams that are looking at innovation and how we can use this vast amount of data and advances in technology to create meaningful models to basically improve patient care, but also understand better what is the data that's presented in front of us. So looking across the board, a lot of interesting stuff in the conference as well. You and I talked a little bit about the PPG as a new concept that I think is very interesting and is going to probably almost go viral at this point. It's something that we barely talked about in the past. A lot sort of around heart failure and how can we understand heart failure better in a multimodality model. I'd say two things that I saw more than I expected, and it's quite encouraging. One, the need for foundational models, where we basically create models that are based on very large data sets as a standard sort of a standard baseline out of which then we can work with less data. These are very important. I think foundational model was a concept first developed at Stanford University maybe 10 years ago or so. And then the other one that really caught my eye is the recognition that we need multimodality. I think a few years ago I saw that people were talking a lot about multidisciplinary approach to disease. Now multimodality is another concept I think will make it much easier to derive conclusions but also deliver the care in a meaningful way.
Well, thanks very much, Bleron, for spending a few minutes with me. I mean, I think it's been great to see you articulate, some of the things that are important to you, and also just, really share where some of the conversations at this meeting have gone. And I think we both look forward to how the meeting continues to evolve over the next several years. So thank you for your support. And of course, we look forward to seeing you at HRX 2025.
Yeah, thank you. We love this, and we absolutely will be a strong supporter for this going forward.
Great.
So appreciate it.